Many investors may not know where to start with the hundreds of publicly listed firms, ETFs, and mutual funds available. With the current market collapse, particularly for growth businesses, many equities are selling for much less than they were 6 or 12 months ago. How should you invest in 2022? Although I do not have a crystal ball, I have done the next best thing. In this video, we'll have a look at best stocks to buy now. Before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's have a look at the 10 best companies to purchase now and keep for the long term, from smallest to greatest market cap. Number 1. Etsy. Before COVID-19, Etsy thrived by connecting craftsmakers with consumers looking for something unique. The outbreak boosted e-commerce. Etsy grew faster than e-commerce overall. Etsy's ascent across all product categories has been astounding. Its success with customized face masks certainly helped. Etsy's second quarter 2022 sales volume surged 141% from pre-pandemic levels. I like strong platforms, as this list shows. Etsy's 1. Amazon's dominance in e-commerce leaves few competitors. Etsy survived Amazon's handcrafted products marketplace debut and thrived. This may be the start of long-term growth. Etsy's platform and brand strength have merely scraped the surface of its commercial potential. With the stock dropping during the current growth stock slump, patient long-term investors may want to examine. Number 2. Pinterest. Pinterest is a bright spot in a dark and controversial social media world. This fits Pinterest's idea-focused mission. Pinterest is about stuff, not people. Pinterest gives visual ideas for building a dream deck, making a birthday cake, and changing clothes. Pinterest's user base shrank when pandemic limitations were removed, causing the 2022 market downturn. Recent corporate statistics suggest that the user base has stabilized. Pinterest's user base is a fraction of Facebook's, so there is opportunity for growth. Pinterest has a tremendous potential to monetize its users as it pivots away from its former ad-centric approach and integrates e-commerce. Turn makes sense. Pinterest just appointed e-commerce veteran Bill Reddy as CEO to speed its transition. Long-term investors may benefit from the company's e-commerce potential. When customers are seeking for suggestions, it is simple to incorporate advertising, lead generating, and product placement. Internationally, where 80% of its user base, but a little fraction of its revenue, resides, monetization potential is huge. Number 3. Block. Block, previously Square, has transformed from a specialized payment processing hardware firm into a huge financial ecosystem for merchants and people. In the last 4 quarters, Block handled around $188 billion in payment volume for merchants, and it also provides a suite of related services for enterprises. Individually, Block offers the Cash App, which has 47 million users, as well as features such as person-to-person money transfers, direct payments, debit cards, the ability to buy and sell stocks and Bitcoin, and much more. Block also just purchased music service Tidal, plus the Afterpay Buy Now, Pay Later platform. As its ecosystem develops, the company should only become stronger. The long-term trend towards cashless payment usage still has a long way to go, and with numerous possible growth sectors it might follow, Block wins a position on my top 10 best stocks to buy today. Number 4. Shopify. Shopify maintains a platform that allows firms of all sizes to sell online, focusing on assisting smaller businesses and fostering long-term relationships with them. Shopify offers organizations a $29 per month membership package and auxiliary services like payment processing and shipping. Shopify's one-stop shop e-commerce model brought it to fame. Amazon is its only e-commerce competitor. Shopify may be new. The platform has generated $5 billion in the last 4 quarters, but this is only a fraction of its predicted $153 billion and growing market potential as more firms go online. E-commerce represents less than 15% of U.S. retail sales. Shopify is number 2, leading many of the world's largest retailers. Shopify appears like a good company to buy in 2022, considering the current market decline caused by recession fears and consumer spending slowdowns. Number 5. Realty income. Value, growth, and income make realty income a well-rounded stock for long-term investors. Realty income is a REIT that invests in single-tenant retail buildings. Walgreens, Dollar General, and FedEx are major tenants. Realty income has over 11,000 properties in the U.S. and Europe. Most are recession-resistant and less susceptible to e-commerce disruption than retail enterprises. Realty revenues triple. Net lease structure ensures a steady income stream. Performance shows. Since its NYSE IPO in 1994, realty income has gained 15.1% annually, outperforming the S&P with tongue sticking out 500. It has paid 600 straight monthly dividends, current annual yield is over 5%, and raised its payment 116 times without dividend cutbacks. Number 6. Mercado Libre. Mercado Libre is called the Amazon of Latin America. My favorite long-term stock investment. The company manages an e-commerce platform in Brazil and Argentina. Mercado Libre offers much more. It operates the Mercado Pago payments network, the Mercado Envios shipping service, a business financing platform, and more. In the second quarter of 2022, the marketplace handled $8.6 billion in products volume, and Mercado Pago processed more than $120 billion annually, with 2/3 of the volume coming from outside the company's e-commerce platform. Both are growing. Mercado Crédito, the company's new lending business, is growing quickly. Mercado Crédito has $2.7 billion in outstanding loans after quadrupling last year. All of these companies are quite young. Mercado Libre has 6% of Amazon's items volume and 10% of PayPal's payment volume. So much runway remains. Mercado Libre is the Amazon, PayPal, Square, Shopify, and more of Latin America, and it is much younger. Mercado Libre might be a long-term advantage as e-commerce and finance change in Latin America. Number 7. Intuitive Surgical. Robot-assisted surgery outperforms the unsteady hands of humans. Since I first observed Intuitive Surgical stock in 2005, this broad concept has not altered significantly. The Da Vinci surgical system is the obvious market leader, and the razors and blades strategy allows it to create a continuing source of income when its systems are utilized to execute surgeries. Intuitive Surgical is a market leader and has much possibility for expansion as its surgical systems become more widely used and the number of supported operations expands over time. This is especially true in a number of overseas locations, where the introduction of robot-assisted surgery might serve as a long-term development stimulus for this wonderful industry. Number 8. Disney. A portfolio's all-weather tires are House of Mouse. The outbreak hurt Disney's theme park and film business but helped its streaming service, Disney Plus. Disney Plus has almost 150 million subscribers less than 3 years after launch, when the company's initial 5-year goal was 60 to 90 million. Disney's theme parks and movies are gaining popularity in 2022. Disney's parks currently generate larger income than pre-pandemic times due to increased per-guest expenditure. Disney Plus is a huge success, and the company is increasing it with Hulu and ESPN+. Disney is a resurrection play and pandemic-driven growth firm. Marvel's intellectual property and cash machine-themed park industry make it the safest firm on our list. As new business sectors arise, it has considerable growth potential. Number 9. Berkshire Hathaway. While most of these firms are growth stocks, this is the most boring value pick. Berkshire Hathaway's subsidiaries include Geico, Duracell, and Dairy Queen. Berkshire also has a $340 billion portfolio of common stocks, including large stakes in Apple, Bank of America, Chevron, American Express, and Coca-Cola, as well as positions in dozens of other companies, many of which were handpicked by legendary investor Warren Buffett, who at age 92, still manages the majority of Berkshire's Buffett detractors may argue that despite the fact that Berkshire will almost certainly not replicate its 3,600,000% return since Buffett took control, there is no reason to believe it will not continue to exceed the S&P wink with tongue sticking out 500 in the near future. Berkshire would be the world's largest actively managed mutual fund. Buffett will not lead forever. Berkshire is his legacy, therefore he has been testing it for years to assure its long-term health. He and Charlie Munger buy back shares to show their confidence. We long-term investors are encouraged. Number 10. Amazon. Amazon doesn't actually require much of an elevator pitch for most consumers. The corporation dominated the U.S. e-commerce market in 2017 with around $600 billion in gross retail sales, and its Amazon Web Services cloud platform is also an industry leader. However, more growth potential exists than you would believe. We're a long way from optimizing e-commerce adoption. It currently accounts for less than 15% of total U.S. retail sales. The cloud sector is rather new as well. Amazon also has a ton of potential in other industries such as healthcare, grocery shops, local markets, and more. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and find it helpful. Before leaving, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.